Hello my beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is a little bonus reading all about you. Us tarot readers, we tend to focus on career, money, love, but we never ask how are you doing. So this reading is going to tap into that and how you're moving through this period and what is on the other side for you there as well. Also, you may notice that my voice is a little bit off at the moment. There is a seasonal cold threatening, but I'm trying to keep it at bay with lemon, honey, and ginger, of course, and my voice may sort of cut out from time to time. I hope it doesn't distract too much, but I just thought I'd warn you before I start the reading. So anyway, let's tap into your energy and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding their current circumstances? Can you please guide them for their highest self? What are they meant to see at this time? Okay, so we have the movement card, speed is what we've got there. I'm actually seeing this energy right now for you that it's like never ending. It's almost like you've been caught in a cycle of repeat and you're always on the go, but I'm actually being shown like a labyrinth in the water, okay? Now, the labyrinth tends to represent the fact that you are on one certain path and then you come up against blockade and then you feel like you have to double back on yourself and find an alternative route. Some of you may be feeling it like that right now. But I am being given an energy, even though you may feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, you're still making progress, okay? I'm just being given this energy to know that you are still making progress. And you're someone who is very adaptable to your conditions and you're thriving even in difficult times. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, of course, I see that everything is coming together. You've got the atoms card there. You're building something. But I feel a lot of you are trying to spend a lot more time focusing on your mental peace because I feel there is a need here for quiet time. I mean, your first card, and I will get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but it indicates that you are at capacity and you're being called to savor experiences because life is like flying on by. So it's about being mindful and aware of the speed in which you're doing things at this moment in time. We've got the Sun card there. It tends to mean you're happiest when you're busy. So you kind of are focusing on goal and you're going to make it happen, whatever it is there for you. I feel like you're trying to be really positive and break on through. I also feel that a lot of you, I mean, the Queen of Pentacles in the resistance position, it can indicate that you're feeling pretty exhausted, but you're still, you know, finding the resolve and the resources from somewhere to show up every day. The Sun card is of course all about energy, so it feels that, you know, you're bringing your A game to everything that you are doing right now, even though you feel low in energy. And a lot of you are working really hard to be very independent financially, but also to, you know, basically live a life that you aspire to. Comfort, luxury, joy. A lot of you want to also get more in nature. So you may be trying to work towards a move towards somewhere that's more rural. Now, of course, these are aspects outside of ourselves, but they are, of course, thoughts. I feel a lot of you right now are focusing on balance, harmony in your life, what truly makes you happy. And I see here that you are Looking at the simplicity of the everyday. Who's important to you? What's important to you? Focusing more on the things that you love. We've got the Five of Swords there, and we've also got the Wheel of Fortune. So a wonderful turn of events. Destiny is helping you in some area of your life in order to bring everything together. Now, this could be a personal project that you're working on, personal development project. Perhaps it is about being more mindful of your circumstances, the environment. For some of you, this is all about you being interconnected by, the people, the animals, the environment around you. But also this can be that you are trying to find more time to manage stress levels because you're living at a high energy pace right now, and it just feels like in order to keep life running smoothly, you're spinning a lot of plates. Okay, now I'm being shown a tree right now in the water. I mean, there are a lot of tree energies in your reading, but no specific tree there. So this can indicate that you are being very protective of your family. You're doing this to benefit you and your family, whatever it is that you're doing right now. Also, the tree can represent stability, even though you feel that the world is a bit chaotic right now and that circumstances kind of demand that you're always on the go or always doing something. But also I'm being given here that a tree is very adaptable, okay, to conditions, thriving during those difficult times. Trees, they lose their leaves each year, but it's only for a season. They come back again and they are in bloom. So I feel like you're learning to let go of things that perhaps are outdated or you've outgrown in some way to move on. And some of you, this is a very interesting spurt of energy that's came up here. Some of you are decluttering your life and kind of like letting go of the clutter. So it could be that you're keeping choice pieces in your life, things that really have a memory or something that's meaningful for you, and anything else that you feel like, okay, that's just taking up space right now. I feel like you're like getting rid of it. Some of you may actually be selling those things online in order to have a financial recompense there, because we do have that Six of Pentacles, which is to give something out to get something back sometimes. So I feel financially this is the exchange there. Of course, that won't resonate with all of you, but I feel some of you may be thinking about that in terms of pre-loved goods and, almost like living a more simplistic life is what I'm being given there. But ultimately, let's tap into your deeper energy of, feeling that you're always on the go and you kind of enjoy being busy, but you must have some level of balance. Otherwise, you will burn yourself out there, okay? I do see a lot of you feeling a little bit stuck. It's almost like you're so busy, you're always on the go, but somehow you feel like you're in the same place and you're just wondering, are you on the right track? Are you going to hit your targets? Are you going to reach the goals that you have laid out for yourself? Well, the answer is yes. And the universe is also going to help you. There's some reward, but also some good fortune on its way. I feel a lot of you are trying to live outside your comfort zone, and I feel like you're spinning plates, as it were, multitasking. But as you can see here, we have the world, and this figure is leaping over the world. Some of you are thinking about navigating a move or going to a different country or thinking about where you belong in the world. So whether you're thinking about retirement right now, whether you are retired right now and you're wanting to go traveling, or you want to, have a base in a certain country that you feel an affinity with, whether you're just working towards purchasing a property abroad, or maybe this is like something that you feel is a pipe dream right now and you're hoping that it will become your reality. I can see here it will become your reality. So I definitely see that you're on target for that. Also, I would say if that's something that you're doing right now, maybe you're migrating a business, or you're just, wanting to go abroad. For some of you, you are concerned about like maybe going to a place that's a little bit further away from family and friends. And I feel that you're going to love the sense of independence, but you can always tap into your friendships and they can come visit, and I just feel like there is a destined path for you. And if you feel called to do it, then I would just go for it. It will deepen your friendships as well, is what I see. But I'm also being given this kind of sense that you feel that the world has like sped up in some way. There's something about time here for you. It's almost like time has changed in some way, where you feel like you just never have enough time in the day. Whereas before you used to be able to get a lot more done, or you feel that you know, things seem to be a little bit more balanced before, but now it feels like things are speeding up and you're like, you just don't have any time for you anymore. So I feel like you're trying to get ahead of yourself in life so that you have more time for you, is what I'm being given here. But I want you to be aware that the pace will slow down and everything is going to come together as planned. Now, it's number 42 when you reduce it. That is, of course, 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. And that is the number of balance, harmony, and doing more things that you love in life, okay? This is also a card that reminds you to stop and smell the roses. Even though you're busy, it's an indication that we must be a little bit more grounded in our time and look at the speed in which we do activities like eating or working, you know, because sometimes when we go too quickly, we actually do ourselves a disservice, especially if you're like eating on the go, for example, your body having that time to digest, or, you know, that's not taking time for you. That is a constant state of like fight or flight mode as well. So some of you may be looking a little bit more into health over the next coming weeks and months, focusing more on, you know, treating yourself or having more quality time with yourself in nature, or just taking some downtime there. But that's when you're going to really take a step back and see that everything you're working towards or trying to maintain in your life, because this is not about career, this is about making life work for you or enjoying life as much as possible, you're going to see that everything is starting to slot into place. Sometimes when we're in the middle of something, we can't see it. Sometimes when we take a break or a step back, we can see where we're truly at. And I feel some of you want to take stock right now of where you're at and how to transform something, because the Five of Swords, it indicates a lot of you are under pressure, especially mental pressure. You have a lot on your plate. You have lots of ideas, lots of thoughts, lots of things on your to-do list. And remember, because that Five of Swords there, it is pressure. It's a card of conflict or tension. You know, some pressure is good because it actually can help you make a positive difference or influence, because basically whatever you are accepting, you're not changing. So if you feel tense in some area of your life, that's a highlight from the body, mind, and soul to say something needs to give, something needs to change. So I feel like you are acknowledging that and you are moving away from that energy as well. I feel with this card, there is progress, okay? And I feel that you are making great strides in your life, but you may not feel like it right now because I keep being shown this labyrinth. It's like sometimes it's hard to find your way through because there's so much going on, but I do see that, you know, you will find that you are making progress, and the sun energy is an awakening, okay? I feel a lot of you had to grow up really quickly when you were younger. I feel like you were thrust into responsibility, and I feel like you've been on that treadmill of responsibility ever since. And I feel a lot of you are exhausted, but there may be, for some of you, this fight or flight mode energy. So some of you may have gone through a very traumatic experience when you were younger. Could be, you know, from childhood, or it could be like you were bullied, or it could be something you experienced as you walked into adulthood there. But I'm being given an energy of cathartically releasing some pent-up emotions about that, and recognizing that although the past is very important, it shapes who we are, it no longer has control over you. And I feel like you're learning to shine your light. You know, there will always be someone who doesn't see your value. Just make sure one of those people is not you. This is a time for you to value yourself, allow yourself to shine, you know, celebrate yourself. Don't allow that inner critic to tear you down during moments of insecurity or feeling doubt. We all have it. You know, the Five of Swords can indicate that sometimes we have a conflict of thoughts where, you know, we doubt the process, or we start to wonder if we are good enough for something. Are we enough? But the answer is yes, you are good enough, and even more than good enough. And I feel like, you know, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, it's hard, but I do see you achieving it, and I see a major glow up happening in your life. There's more money. You're going from a Six of Pentacles to a Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to be financially secure. I feel also with the Wheel of Fortune that something you feel is a risk or a gamble, you'll do your due diligence on it. You'll investigate the right way. And I feel like you will take that leap of faith, and I feel like it will all come together as planned, and it will be plain sailing is what I'm being given there as well. Now, the Sun card indicates you're trying to be really positive, okay? Even though, I mean, this is the resistance energy, so this is, you know, anything that you feel like you're experiencing right now that could be difficult. I mean, there is an energy here that deep down, some of you, it's like you're holding it all together, but inside, sometimes you feel like you're breaking because you're so exhausted and it feels like a lot. Give yourself the respite and rest you need and take a breath. This is a moment to say pause, okay? The world can be won another day. We don't always have to do everything all at once. So some of you are really like being very clear about what's important and prioritizing so that you can maintain a sense of balance. And anything else that is not an absolute priority, it can be done another time. But with the Sun card, I feel like you're choosing to go where you feel happiest. And I feel like you're releasing yourself and opening yourself up to more of the joys of life, to follow your passions and reignite that spark. The Sun card also indicates that you have been going through a major awakening, and it can feel like a rush of energy, like you're bombarded with all the things that perhaps you didn't see when you were younger, or maybe you were an old soul, because I see a lot of you here, very old soul. You kind of always saw things that other people didn't see, but now there's a lot more thrust upon you. Remember, we are going through a very intense cycle with Pluto at the moment where all the hidden stuff comes to light. And that's not just in personal circumstances, that's in the world. That's why you see so many exposés going on at the moment. And this is a card of expose. So some of you may feel there's like a rush of the world changing somehow, and that things are coming to light that's like, it feels like a circus, and it feels like there's just so much going on right now, and you're trying to ground yourself in your own life and see, well, how does that impact me, if at all? Some of you may be feeling that life is changing somehow, and you're just trying to be positive about your path, focus on your passions, and bring energy in your A game in order to follow a path of happiness and joy. And I definitely see that you're going to achieve that. I mean, the Sun card indicates that you're pretty positive most of the time. But with the Six of Pentacles there, I feel there is an energy that sometimes that fluctuates, okay? Now, also the Sun card, the ribbon is really giving me an energy of forget me not, okay? Now maybe this came up in a reading for you in the past, I'm not really sure, but it feels familiar. So for some of you, I'm getting a very strong sense of someone who has passed over, someone who's in spirit, who is going to make their presence very much known for you in the next coming weeks and months. I mean, I feel like you always feel their presence, but I'm being given an image right now. I need to just tap into that. What is that? Okay, it's like polka dots, okay? Okay, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. Okay, maybe I'm being influenced by the dove that's coming out here. I'll give you the image that I saw in the water because I'm scrolling at the same time as doing a reading. It's very unique, let's put it that way. So I'm seeing, first of all, it's like this piece of cloth that has polka dots on it, okay? And then it's like them, a person, I can't see their face, I can see hands, putting the material like in a little bit in their hand with some of it kind of like still flowing over, and then they just pull it out and then suddenly a dove appears. It reminds me of a magician, okay? So that's what I'm seeing in the water. So it can indicate that this person in spirit thinks that you're magic. Or maybe there's some sort of connection to magic there. Maybe it was something that you talked about. I mean, polka dots tend to represent have fun, have more fun in your life. Don't take life so seriously. Easier said than done, I know. We're in a crazy time in humanity, but I feel like some really awesome things are coming your way. So you're in a really secure position. But I feel the message from the image I see here is that, yeah, life is tough, but don't forget to see the magic in the everyday. Or, you know, to have fun and not be so serious. But also it can be like miracles can happen. So if you're asking for something or you're feeling at a low ebb right now, know that your wishes are being put out into the universe and it will be bestowed upon you. Now, this image, it's so unique. It could mean that in the next couple of days, you're going to see like a reel or a movie where someone puts like a cloth in there and like takes it out and like a wonderful dove kind of flies out. So please take it as it resonates. These images, you know, they don't even mean anything to me in that moment. And I have to decode them and think, what? And then sometimes I'll be out and about and I'll see those images as well and think, wow, that's how it connected to that reading. So please take it as it resonates. But I also feel this is like inner peace, okay, or a more peaceful time ahead for you. And also, some of you may actually be visited by either a white dove or a pigeon. I know there's a white dove in that card, so that's why I said maybe the image is influenced by it, but that's what I'm seeing, so I have to acknowledge it. I'm going to move away from that image now with a lot of respect. Six of Pentacles, you're just trying to keep life running smoothly. You're trying to be in harmony. I also see Six of Pentacles, it means like you're spinning plates. You're paying a bit of attention here, a bit of attention there, and you're just trying to keep it all going. You're someone who is a wonderful, generous soul, and there is so much good karma coming back to you. This is a card of good karma. It normally means an unexpected resource from the universe. So if you're asking for more money, it could be more money. If you're asking for love, it could be that you're about to have a fated meeting with somebody. If you're asking for an opportunity, it's going to be different for everybody. Whatever it is, I feel like it's going to be bestowed upon you, because the universe wants to send you two things, actually, is what I'm being given. Two surprises here. One is immediate. One is going to be quite quickly. So I would say in the next 6 weeks. And the other one comes just before the year is out. And both of these things you will celebrate. But the Six of Pentacles, I feel a lot of you are an overgiver. You tend to give all of yourself with your generous time, care, and energy. And I feel like you're learning to readdress the balance. Also, I feel there is an energy here of justice and fairness. You just want life to be fair, okay? And I feel like you are only going where you feel truly happy right now. And you're looking at the injustices in the world, and they do rob you of inner peace. And I feel like you're trying to do everything that you can in your immediate circumstances. Some of you may do a lot of charity work, or you always give back, whether it's your time, as I said, or, you give money, or you give your energy to something. Even like giving good thoughts and vibrations to a person or a situation, I feel it will filter out into the universe, and it does make a difference. You make an impact. I want you to be aware of that. But also, I feel some of the good things are now coming back towards you. You're being favored by the universe. Now, with that Six of Pentacles, I feel like you are trying to transform your life in some way, and you're pretty positive that you're going to make those transformations. Some of you are totally exhausted, okay? And that Sun energy represents you're gathering a lot of strength right now to make a major transformation in your life. And I'm being given this energy that just because you don't see something or you don't have something right now doesn't mean that you're not going to experience it or have it. So trust the process is what I'm being given there. I'm also being given an energy that this transformation is in your hands, and I feel you'll be so glad. It's like your future self will thank you for everything that you're investing in your life right now, because it's all going to come to fruition and it brings immense joy. Now, I do feel a lot of you are putting a bit of a spotlight on your life right now, and really trying to connect to things that bring you joy, but also things that you're working on. I feel like you are trying to be in the flow as much as possible, and you're recognizing that variety is a spice of life. So if you've been doing too much of one thing, for example, it can mean that you're trying to, do some other things, bring some hobbies or some activities or festivals or things into your life right now that you feel have been lacking because you've been so busy. Some of you may actually have dependents as well, and you're taking great joy in their progress, and you're trying to maintain a measured approach to, guiding your children to be the future, for example, but it's hard. I feel a lot of you have some worry, or you have something on your mind right now. You're an awesome parent. It's difficult. No one comes with a manual how to do life, okay? And I feel instinctively you are naturally really great at parenting. And I feel here that, your children of the future will actually thank you for the way that you are guiding them to be the future, okay? Now, of course, not all of you are parents, but that message did come through, so I have to honor that. But you also have here inner core, okay? Now, this card can indicate, because it is in the resistance position, that, of course, you've been under a lot of pressure recently, and you felt that you've had some setbacks in your endeavors, but still you remain true to your course, and I feel you're not stopping progress. These setbacks did not actually offer a setback. I want you to be aware of that. I know that sounds really counterproductive, or it doesn't sound right. I'm being given an energy. Sometimes you are being given a pause, but you want to push on through, which is admirable, but sometimes you do have to give yourself a rest. And do remember that anything that does not go your way is actually a silver lining, because it means that there's something better laid out for you that the universe wants you to take in terms of an opportunity or a relationship or a friendship. You know, when we outgrow something or something does not go the way we hope for, we have to release this sense of attachment and acknowledge that the universe has something better. And, you know, it took me a long time to learn that myself, but I feel surrendering to the process is something that you're learning. And this card, it will go into the upright in your reading after the 6 weeks there. And this card indicates that, you know, especially with number 18, which is the moon card energy, some of you are feeling a little bit uncertain about the path ahead, or you feel uncertain with the world and the way it is going right now, what it means for your personal circumstances. But I see that you're secure in your endeavors. I feel like you're on solid ground. And the Five of Swords there can indicate that the worry will always be present in the world. Fear is a factor that will always be present, but we must not lock into that vibration, because fear will rob you of joy. Okay? Now, this card also indicates that, you know, you have a lot on your mind, of course, and it basically indicates that you are looking at who's reliable in your life right now, and you're the sort of person, you're true blue, you tend to keep your promises, and I feel like you're really looking at who does not keep their promises to you right now. And I feel we live in a very manic world full of distraction, and I feel like you're trying to develop a way of living that you do not get caught up in that distraction, because you have enough on your plate right now. So I feel like you're trying to limit that. Some of you may feel a move towards being more homely. You want to spend more time in the home space. This is where you may feel there is less distraction for you at this moment in time. Some of you may even be changing your environment or changing something about your home space to create a sanctuary. And if you actually own your own home, I know the property market is a little bit volatile right now, but you're going to find out that your property is worth more. I know that sounds so random, and it's actually an aside from this reading, but obviously someone wants to know that, or it's on their mind. It's going to be worth more, so there's more money available to you is what I'm being given there. So I'm going to disconnect with respect from that, because that's a very precise energy. But this is about you being unflappable, okay? But also, you know, surrounding yourself with people that really get you. And I feel this is a period where you're allowing yourself to be seen and creating a lot of solid energy in your life in order to feel secure in your endeavors, especially since, you know, you've got the Queen of Pentacles there, which means you work hard for the life that you have right now, and you're aspiring for more. And I feel like all of your payoffs come from your hard work and your investment. So this card indicates that you're remaining practical and grounded in your plans, and you're committed to something on this earthly plane. And I feel the more warmth, attention that you give to it, the more rewarding it will be for you, but also the more successful. Now, for some of you, that could be a personal development project. Could be that you're trying to change some aspect of yourself. Could be that you're trying to create more peace of mind, giving a lot of your time, energy to meditation or quiet times in order to really focus on your thoughts. For some of you, this could be a physical change that you're trying to make right now. For some of you, this could be an actual location change. You're trying to move abroad or migrate your business or something. For some of you, the Queen of Pentacles, it could be that you want to grow your own food, because Queen of Pentacles connects to the land. Some of you may be trying to, you know, invest in like growing some sort of produce, or maybe some of you are trying to be living in a rural environment, because I feel this desire to be more in nature, especially if you are a city dweller, because that card there has a lot of city buildings there. It can be that you want to spend more time in nature because it refreshes your soul and helps you think clearly. So I definitely see that you're grounding yourself in that as well. Now, because it's in the resistance position, Queen of Pentacles can indicate some of you are keeping a tight rein on your finances. You feel that there may be some difficult times ahead, or, you know, just a changing of the monetary system ahead is what I see here. And some of you are preempting that, and you are wisely utilizing your finances. I definitely see here that a lot of you are going to be multiplying your wealth, because this is a card to multiply wealth. You start with a Six of Pentacles and you end with the Nine of Pentacles there. So you're going to be able to save more money. So I feel this is based on your attention to what it is you're purchasing, but at the same time, I feel like you're not compromising quality, and I feel like you're still getting what you want, but you may just find it at a discount. Again, that's random and it's coming through, but I have to acknowledge it. But the Queen of Pentacles, it indicates that you put so much of yourself into everything that you do. Sometimes you overgive and it leaves you completely burnt out. Now is the time to commit to your health and to taking good quality rest there, but you need to trust the process, that the seeds that you've already planted in your life, all those ideas, all the things that you're working on right now, there is a harvest time for you. There is going to be an opportunity that will fulfill you, and I really feel you're on target. Now, we also have the Chariot card. It's in the resistance position at first, but just like all the other cards, it will go into the upright. Some of you have been feeling stuck. As I mentioned, there's just 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you're still making progress, and you're going to make extra progress as you start to close out the year, and even beyond that as well. You're going from strength to strength. But this card, it can indicate some of you have really matured in your energy, and you have basically been strong enough to admit what is no longer for you, and you're disconnecting from certain circumstances. For some of you, it could be a relationship as well that has been weighing heavy on your mind. It's transformed in some way and you felt really stuck in it. Maybe some of you are trying to work out what happened there, but I feel it's basically you're going through a major awakening, and this person, they haven't got quite to that stage yet. So you may feel that your beliefs don't match anymore, or there's just a different energy about the relationship or the friendship now, and you feel like you're outgrowing that and you're taking action to move past that at this time. Doesn't mean that you won't grow together in the future. It just means right now you're disconnecting from something that you feel is not wholesome or is not supportive. And I do feel also some of you have encountered a lot of jealousy on your path, people being jealous of your energy or your looks or, your accomplishments. And I feel like you're disconnecting from that energy. It feels very much like you may have tried to understand why a person was saying certain things. And I feel like now you're not even trying to understand it. You're just moving past it because you feel it has the power of distraction. So you're removing your energy in that circumstance in order to focus on your own goals. Now, the Chariot card also indicates that you're someone who you really sustain your life. You're unstoppable. You break through any obstacles. And I feel that you really are a strong person and you are moving towards whatever it is you have in your sight as a target. The Chariot card also indicates you're trying to harness your energy and not let fear derail you or sabotage your thoughts, because this is to have a scattered mind. Okay, now we all have many thoughts, but we must not allow them to tear us down. So I feel right now the collective in general, in order to have a higher vibration and to spiritually awaken, the collective are noticing their thoughts. And I feel you are no different. You're noticing how you can plant a seed of encouragement rather than a seed of doubt in your mind right now, so that you can actually make progress quicker and manifest quicker as well. Some of you, I'm seeing a calendar right now in the water, calendar. I feel like you've given yourself a date or a deadline to have something done. It's something personal, whether it's something you're writing or something that you're working on, or maybe you're working on yourself in some way, or perhaps you're about to book something. There's a date, an important date in and around you right now. You're going to really thank yourself that you did it, because you're going to do it, is what I'm being given. So it's almost like you've been giving yourself a little bit of a pep talk in life right now, and you're like, right, I can do this. You're being really positive, and yes, you can do this, and yes, you do this, whatever this is. It's going to be different for everybody. The Chariot card is victory, it's success, but it's also about you looking at your commitments and where you spend your energy. So I definitely see that, any challenging times are being left behind you now, and I feel like you are channeling your energy into controlling your life in some way, but in a positive way, which means you're overcoming obstacles and you're doing more of what you love. You're making a radical change in your life. And a lot of you, You're on a personal journey of discovery, of course, but I see a lot of you trying to either save for a major vacation or a radical change where you actually move to a different part of the world. It feels like a big deal, and you're going to just love it. It's just going to be the best decision you made because it's going to reset your energy and you feel more connected, okay? It doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm being told it's going to happen, okay? You don't have to rush into it, is what I'm being given. There's an energy of slow down. Now, of course, your outcome energy, we've got the atoms, everything coming together. When you got this card indicates that, everything is connected. So all the experiences that you've had, whether people have been negative towards you or whether you have had a setback, everything is connected to get you to where you want to be because the universe always knows a better way. I feel vibrationally you are transforming right now. I feel like you're deepening your belief system, and I feel you recognize that unless you're moving or in a constant state of transformation and being open to change, then you're stagnant. And the worst thing is to be stuck or stagnant. And some of you have felt really stuck recently, but I see a major plot twist happening in your life very shortly. It's a good one. I want you to be aware, and it kind of unlocks a smoother ride, as it were, in life. And I feel this is a radical breakthrough for you. As you can see, this figure is in a boat, so I feel like you are making progress. This card really connects to a period of transition that you're almost like embracing the unknown to really bring you what you truly desire. And I feel some of you may have been conditioned to expect turbulent times ahead, but I would say don't overthink this. I feel like you're moving naturally towards a really positive conclusion, and you're being encouraged to come out of your comfort zone right now. And I feel the pace in your life is about to change as well. And your energy, it feels like you're going to have high energy more often. It can be because you are identifying foods that give you more sustainable energy. That's what I'm being given for you. For some of you, it could be that you had a vitamin deficiency or something there, but I feel like you identify that and you move through that. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this is a card of independence, but it's also a card that indicates that you're being disciplined and self-reliant in your plans. You're not giving up, you're not having any distractions, and you will be rewarded because you're placing a foundation in your life to work from. So I feel that you're going to have many resources at your disposal, and I feel that you are completing a lot of things that needed to be completed a long time ago, and that includes your personal development. So I feel like anything that's been on your mind or worrying you, you're addressing it. I feel like you're going through a very healing, cathartic time. I feel like you're learning to empower yourself and be your wonderful, confident self, shine your light, okay, and not let anyone dull your shine. I also feel like you're taking your light elsewhere if you feel like anyone does not value your presence in their life. But with that Nine of Pentacles, you're definitely having like a major glow up, and it indicates that you are going to be comfortable in life. I feel whether that's you retiring or whether that's you in a career or just like being on target, I feel there's a level of luxury in your life that you will achieve. And I feel this is about you also enjoying things alone, going off and doing your own independent things, things that you're passionate about, hobbies, maybe even just going off and reading like a good book. Spending more time alone will also be very rewarding because you're getting to know yourself on a deeper level. But ultimately, I see a lot of you being able to save a lot of money in the future, and I feel there is a stability and a sustainability that is occurring. There's a lot of transformation around your reading because there's so many butterflies here. So you may actually see a lot of butterflies in the next coming weeks or months that indicate that you're in a period of extending your wings to fly, because you actually have been in a period of metamorphosis, almost like you've been in a dormancy. You may have even felt that you've been on autopilot or your energy levels have been super low, but suddenly it's like you're coming to life, you're connecting to your passions, and you're going to have more energy than usual. And we do have this Five of Swords. It remains present. So it can indicate that, a level of tension has helped you transform because, the universe sends us a vibration of tension or conflict or something that makes us feel like there is a need to change, because you can't continue with the way things are. So I feel this level of pressure, you can view pressure either being negative, or you can view it as being a shaper of positive influence, where you can find a happy medium. And you've got that Six of Pentacles there. It's like, can you find the happy medium to help you benefit your life and not be disadvantaged by pressure or stress? Because I know, especially if I've got a deadline, I may leave it sometimes to the last minute, but that's when I tend to do my best work. But at the same time, I don't like that level of pressure. Can I find a happy medium? Are there things that I can do to set myself up to be prepared to hit that deadline before I actually work solidly on it? So I feel like you're looking at those areas in your life where you can get ahead of yourself. Let me just pull a card on that Five of Swords. Sometimes you overthink things is what I'm being given. Don't doubt the process. Sometimes it may look like you're in the same position, but actually progress is being made. King of Wands. So I'm really being given an energy of like, why waste your energy levels on worrying about something, especially if it's something you cannot change right now. Everything is going to be as it's meant to be, and what is meant for you will never pass you by. So I really get a sense here, channel all your energy into transforming your life or doing things that you're passionate about. This is about you taking charge of your thoughts. Also I feel some of you, there is a person here, because the Queen of Pentacles is in the resistance position. There may be a person here who was not supportive, or, someone who perhaps you're trying to detach from. Having that really blunt conversation with that person, just to let them know, is important. Don't keep it to yourself. Sometimes we have to be the bad person in another person's life to stop the behavior, because if we accept something continuously, then we are not changing it, and it means we are enabling that behavior. So I feel some of you are really taking back your power and not enabling a certain person's behavior right now. And although you may worry about the impact of you stepping away from this person or having that conversation with that person, ultimately you're going to help them long term, because it means they will get so fed up of their own BS that they have to transform and not emulate a pattern or a cycle of repeat there. Okay, now for some of you it could be that, especially since we've got a Nine of Pentacles, which is a solitary energy, you love being independent, or you've been called to enjoy your single life right now. But if you are looking for love, I definitely see that there is a passionate individual coming your way. There is a major flirtation coming in, but there is substance to it, and I feel it will end in a high level commitment. This is a person who will literally sweep you off your feet. They're very trustworthy. They're actually an influencer themselves. They're actually very confident, but it's because they're emotionally available and they know themselves. So if you are looking for love, I definitely see that there is love on the horizon for you. If you're in a high-level commitment, I feel that you and your person, there is a joy and a happiness that a lot of people really wish that they could have in a relationship. And although things are fast-paced and your schedule may not be completely on each other's time, you both need to create more space to be with each other and spend time together. Some of you may actually go on a major vacation, but I feel there's a conversation coming up shortly, or maybe even now, about relocating or being somewhere where, nature is more fulfilling, or life is better. Okay, I feel there's a big conversation about going somewhere else. And I feel, although it's out of your comfort zone, and of course it's natural to be a little bit anxious about it, I feel it's destined to happen, and both of you are going to do your due diligence, and it's going to be a wonderful time indeed. Now, finally, you've got that Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like your whole reading is about transforming things. Wheel of Fortune is being in a cycle of change, but it also indicates that you are going to get some wonderful surprises. Please notice the coincidences that are occurring in your life right now, because it indicates that the universe has your back and there is a lucky break on its way for you, and that things are going to turn out perfectly, so there's nothing to worry about, okay? Also, I feel a lot of you are focused on your sense of purpose and destiny, and I feel like you are on the right track, and anything that has come up as like a blockage, I feel it's not really a blockage at all. Again, it comes back to this Labyrinth. It's like when there is, a brick wall in front of you, it means the universe says double back on yourself. Either there's something else you need to learn there, or there is an alternative way that is easier and gives you greater access to the thing that you want. So these moments of pause or finding that there is something in your pathway, it gives you an opportunity to pause, to reflect, and to recharge your batteries and find an alternative way that is going to be more rewarding for you later on. Like many years ago for myself, I came up against so many barriers and resistance blocks, and I was like, what is going on? And actually, if I had taken some of those opportunities, I really wouldn't be where I am now. And I'm so grateful the universe sent me like moments that said, not this way is better. So we have to acknowledge that if we surrender and trust the process, the best outcome is assured. And I see with that Nine of Pentacles there, this is a better option for you. I feel that there is an energy of reward. There is an energy here of being self-sufficient. There is an energy here of enjoying your own time, getting to know yourself in a deeper way, but also recognizing that you did it, you accomplished something, and you can bank it and be on to the next thing. So with that Wheel of Fortune, I see some really great things coming your way as well. And you kind of like completing a destined cycle in your life. There's a lot of cathartic energy about you as well. So I feel like you're letting go of certain thoughts from the past in order to empower yourself now and choose healthier thoughts that will really help you on your journey. Let's just go one more card. We have the Moon card. Okay, so the Moon card is an interesting card based on the cards that you've got right now. It basically means something that is hidden from you right now will come to light when you need it the most. It's an opportunity that is being formalized behind the scenes, and the universe will actually, draw it towards you when the moment is right. So I feel like you're on course to have more resources available to you. But also the Moon card, it's about who drains your energy, what drains your energy, but it's also to work with your energy and your intuition. If you think about the moon and its effect on the tides, the ebb and flow, there's a time for movement, there's a time for you to be like in the flow and busy, but there's also a time where that gets too much and you feel scattered. And that's when you have to slow the pace a little bit more and stop to smell the roses. Enjoy time with the people that you care about the most. Simplicity, very important there, but also some of you have a bit of an inner battle right now about being comfortable, but also being independent and wild and free. And remember, with that Six of Pentacles, you can have it all. Variety is the spice of life. So I feel right now you're trying your best to reconnect to a part of yourself that you feel, explored a little bit more or was more open to your passions in life. And I feel although you're being super positive and, there's some really good things happening for you right now, don't get me wrong, I feel like you've been very busy and you have come up against some setbacks, but things are, going to get infinitely better for you. And I see that you're very grateful for all that you have right now, but there is more to come. Okay. Now I'm just going to go and get some final cards before I close your reading. Another ship. Interesting. So a lot of movement here in your reading, which means that you are making progress. It means you're focused on your journey, your inner compass right now. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Anything more for my beautiful Aquarians to know before I close this reading? So we have braving storms. Okay, I feel like you have been really through it. I feel like you've gone through a difficult time, but that's why we got that message right at the beginning that you tend to thrive even in difficult circumstances. I mean, you're so fed up of having to do that. I feel like, you're strong and you're a warrior because you've had no other choice, but at the same time, you wish that sometimes it was easier. I do see a period coming in for you where it is easier. And it says here, no matter what happens, you will emerge with grace. Changing direction. Some of you are having some radical changes going on. As I said, the butterflies represents transformation and change, and I feel it will be so rewarding. You're actually being guided to the place that you need to be, and it is going to be a place where you really literally bloom with ease. Okay, and it says here, life doesn't need to be hard, so relax and don't worry. It's okay to rest now. Now that really came out in your reading. So sometimes, I get a message and I think, oh, I wish the message was something else. It doesn't have to be that you're always exhausted, but that's life. I got to be honest with the energy that I see here. But it's obviously come out for a reason, to help you recognize that, you don't always have to do it all at once. You can take a pause. And when you take a pause, you actually see things from a different perspective and you come back with renewed energy. And suddenly I feel like you're totally in the flow and noticing that things are coming together. And finally, we've got stay balanced. That's exactly what you're doing there with that Six of Pentacles. Money isn't everything, so have a variety of interests. What did I say? I think I said that. I think that came out in the reading. It's like variety is the spice of life. You're doing what you got to do. You've got responsibilities, but also you're trying to reconnect to a part of yourself where you connect to your passions, connect to like hobbies or things that you yearn to do that you haven't gotten around to doing. It will change your energy. It says, have a variety of interests. Time is a form of wealth. I did say at the beginning, something about time has changed for you. And I feel like you are noticing the speed in which you do activities and spending more time, quality time with the people that you care about, because time we cannot get back. Now, of course, time is a man-made construct, but it is something we need to recognize that where we put that time and investment, that's where we will see the reward. And of course, money, it pays the bills, all of those things, but also relationships, friendships, connections with other humans, and our interaction with the world at large, and things that we learn, and the excitement of the everyday. And I feel like you're trying to connect to all of those factors so that you can live a rewarding, fulfilling life. And I definitely see there's movement here for you, improvement, and I feel like, the outcome is going to be so enjoyable. But the pace of life is also going to transform for you, where things just get smoother, easier, and more peaceful. There's a lot of serenity here as well as good fortune. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you. Okay, we've only got one trinket here, and we've got the scissors, okay? So scissors represent either pruning your landscape in some way, cutting back on certain things, or cutting people or substances or things out of your life, maybe even, breaking old habits, things that cause a distraction, for example. For some of you with the scissors, it can be that you're getting creative. When we think about scissors, what do? They get a sort of piece of substance, card, paper, cloth, and they cut things out. It's like, okay, this is unnecessary. I want to focus on this. So it's like you are reshaping your landscape in a way where you focus on the things that bring you infinite joy. And I feel you're holding the scissors of your life. So you're transforming it the best way you know how. And I feel there's a lot of positive things to come for you. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there as well, because I know, looking at the pace of life that you've been through right now, I feel it's been a lot, but things are going to get easier, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you, my beautiful Aquarians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.